Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 129. On today's episode, we're going to be giving you a Barcelona news roundup. We're going to be talking about some transfer rumors. We're going to be talking about Kimmich to Barcelona. Is that a real possibility? We're also going to be talking about Neymar. Is he also going to be coming to Barcelona? And we're also going to be talking on some backroom decisions. Matthew Alemany is staying. That's a huge decision and a huge win for us. We're also going to be mentioning how Jordi Cruyff, he is going to be leaving the club. So, guys, remember, I posted a link on Twitter at Kool-Aid Podcast 10. Guys, if you ever want to join and give your thoughts and discussions, always feel free and welcome to. And guys, remember, we have put our videos into podcast format. If you go on Spotify and if you go on Apple podcast, you will be able to find the Kool-Aid podcast. So make sure you tune into that. All those people who like to watch videos and audios in podcast format. So always feel free to tune into that. But let me introduce my co-host for the day, Alex.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right. So let's talk about our first transfer news or roundup or piece of news. Kimmich to Barca. Is that a real possibility?
Well, I mean, it's all looking like it's not, just because we know how important he is to Bayern, how much they value him. He's a great midfielder, one of the best in the world. I mean, who wouldn't want Kimmich? You know, it's a player of his quality would always be welcomed at any top club, and
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be important for us moving forward. You know, building the project that Xavi wants to achieve and that Laporta wants to achieve. So, you know, it's definitely a player that I would go for, but I just don't think it would be feasible because his contract doesn't expire until 2025, I believe.
Yeah, it doesn't expire until the summer of 2025. It's just so
Right.
it's unlike Lewandowski, his deal isn't going to be finished up in the summer.
And not just that, you know, it's 80 million. I think he's valued
Yeah,
at
it's reported.
a lot of money. And, you know, I don't think midfield is a priority that we have to, excuse me, I don't think it's a priority that we have to go and reinforce right now. I think there's weaker areas in the team, mainly the defense and some offensive parts of the field, you know, in the wing. So I really do think there's better ways to distribute the money that we have, and we
Okay.
also have to remember that the club isn't uh, the best financially, right? Although,
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's valid. Let me share my screen right here. A piece of news from Fabrizio Romano. That's a picture of Kimmich. Understand Bayern stands on Joshua Kimmich. Very clear. He's untouchable and not on the market this summer. Bayern have no intention to negotiate for Kimmich despite reports on Barca. Also, they consider Joshua as a crucial player for the club's project. Now, that basically sums up our point. Kimmich to Barcelona, it would be a dream signing. It would be one of the best signings that Barcelona have made in recent years.
for sure.
The reported fee, 80 million. Just it's very unlikely that he's going to be coming to Barcelona. Not only because the price is high, and Barcelona, if they do offer that money, they would be looking to reduce it, adding like a player, adding for example like Ferran Torres. But Bayern don't want to sell, and the only option would be to have Kimmich like force a move, just like Lewandowski did. But I don't think that's gonna be happening. But now moving on to the next transfer rumor, Neymar to Barcelona. Now this is I feel like this pops up like every single transfer summer, ever since he left Barcelona. Now I think if I don't think that Barcelona's going to go for Neymar. Even for example, they were saying like for example, if Messi can't come to Barcelona, Barcelona would go for Neymar. But at the same point, if Barcelona can't get Messi, what makes you think that we're going to get Neymar? Both of them have very similar wages, and it would be the exact same problem. It would be as simple as that. What were your
Yeah.
thoughts?
And no, I mean, listen, I think that's also another dream signing, but that's very unrealistic of us to think that we're gonna go after him, that the club is gonna go after him and try to purchase him now. Again, I know his contract is up, so he will be on free, but I don't think it's realistic. You know, it's he's a phenomenal player.
I mean, like actually, like if Neymar would come, like I believe his contract is up in 2027. So like he wouldn't be
Or
coming in free. Yeah, Neymar has a
I
long
thought,
contract.
no, okay, no, never mind. For some reason, I thought he was. Well, that's my bad. Either way, you know, even if Neymar, was able to come to the club on free, right? I still think he's a very expensive player, and the club, I don't think they can financially have him right now.
Hmm.
And again, he's gonna be expensive considering that his contract isn't
Yeah,
expiring. So we're gonna have to pay. I don't know what the fee would be, but close to the 100 millions,
yeah.
if not already in the hundreds. So again,
The,
a player that I yeah.
no, I would say the only thing that plays in our favor is that PSG would be looking to sell Neymar. That
Right.
and so they would be willing to let him go on a much a lower, like transfer fee, but at the same time, it wouldn't be like extremely cheap or anything like that. Um, and I just don't think he's the right fit for Barcelona at this moment.
Yeah, he's a player that's very creative, a very wonderful player, one of the best dribblers we've ever seen. But I don't know if he's the right move for Barca right now. I don't know if Xavi, that's what Xavi really needs. But I mean, listen, who doesn't want Neymar? That's another one of those players that if you're offered him, it's hard to say no to.
Yeah, exactly.
But it'll be
Um,
interesting for sure. I don't think it will
but
happen.
right now in the trajectory of Neymar, he usually plays at, for example, at Camero. He's developing a
Mm,
player who's very similar to Messi at this current stage. And what we need right now is maybe not a cam. Well, we do need a cam, but more so a winger, specifically a left winger. And if we are bringing a player of Neymar's caliber, we would like him to be playing on the left. We don't want to be playing as a cam because Messi would be coming, and if Messi isn't coming, then what chance does Neymar have of coming?
right.
Um, but at the same time, I would like Neymar to see at Barca. Just I don't see how that happening. But speaking a little bit more on how we would get things done, Matthew Alemany is staying at the club. Um, Rare twist of events, Matthew Alemany has decided to stay at Barcelona until the end of his contract. Now, this is onto the back of Jordi Cruyff announcing his exit from the club. He is leaving on amicable terms. Jordi Cruyff and Alemany is staying. And this is huge and big news for Barcelona because Matthew Alemany, we saw what he did last summer. You saw how vital he was in the construction of the squad, his negotiations. He is going to be, and this summer, it's going to be another vital summer to rebuild the squad and make it even more competitive. Because one thing that we need to do is be more competitive in Europe. We, Barcelona, haven't been competitive in Europe, and that's something that we need to change. And in order to do that, we need to bring in reinforcements in the summer. But Alex, what are your thoughts on Alemany staying?
Well, you said it perfectly. It's a huge win for us. Like you said, he's someone that's willing to invest in the team, and he's someone that's willing to give Xavi the players he needs and Laporta as well. And I just think he's definitely gonna be one of the main gears that's gonna get us moving into this project. Right? We need someone that we can trust and someone that we know is capable of doing good things for the club. And yeah, it was surprising that the negotiations with Aston Villa fell through. But
Mm-hmm.
great for us. I think this is one
Barcelona
of the best
benefits.
things we could have heard in the last few days. But yeah, I think it's been a great turn of events for us in this situation. Now we just need to see how we take advantage of this in the summer and how we go out and spend the right money on the right players to strengthen the club further
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, be competitive in Europe and not be the laughing stock of the top European clubs.
Definitely, definitely. That's something that Barcelona needs to work on, and try to get better. But guys, that was it for our Barcelona news roundup. There isn't much going on. Barcelona is still celebrating our La Liga title, and we will bring you tomorrow our preview for Real Sociedad. Not really much is on the line for that game. Just however, we would like to see maybe some minutes given to those like fringe players, and give the squad some much needed rest and rotation. But guys, that was it for tonight's episode. Remember, guys, I post a link on Twitter anytime you guys want to join. Always feel free and welcome. And our videos are up on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you guys want to hear it in podcast format. For example, when you're at the gym or you have a long car ride, always feel free to listen to our content. Guys, remember, like, subscribe, and comment. Follow us on our social media platforms. Everything is at Kool-Aid Podcast. We'll see you guys all in the next episode.